welcome back to a special episode of On the Bench podcast. We got a special guest, Connor Mears. Give it up for Connor.
Yeah, Connor.
Alright, so today, the World Cup.
Yes.
How do you feel about the round of 16?
Round of 16.
Likes of Spain getting eliminated.
I was very interested. I was looking at the stats earlier, and
They had a
Spain
lot.
had like
Most of possession,
75% of the possession that game.
and Morocco
But
had
yet-
like 20.
Yeah, but yet it was
I
tied.
think Spain's problem is they don't have a main striker like they used to. Like back in 2010, they had David Villa. Now they got Morata.
Yeah, and
What's he gonna
he
do?
doesn't even start half the time from what I've seen.
They don't have an attack anymore. Their tiki taka isn't as effective because they've been doing it for almost like since 2008.
They're known for their play style. It's just a lot of passes, quick,
Teams
one touch. Yeah, that's it.
have about 10 years to just study that.
Yeah.
I think that's what Morocco, because Morocco held on to them the whole
Oh yeah.
game.
It's like they read them. They just knew what to do.
I'm not. I told people I knew that Spain was gonna be like the most mid team in the World Cup this year.
Usually they're known to be like really good. Like they're one of the big
These-
giants,
these
but
Past 3 World Cups, 2022 out on penalties, round of 16.
to Morocco.
2018 out on penalties, round of 16 to Russia.
Russia.
And 2014 out at the group stages, which
Didn't
is
even make it to the knockouts.
which is surprising because 2008 they won the Euros. 2010 they won the World Cup. 2012 they won the Euros again. 2014 they're out at the group stage. I just think that's surprising.
They have a lot of young midfielders, though, from what
Yeah,
I've
I
seen. They have a
think-
lot of young players that, when they learn, like, how to play at the top levels like this, I feel like...
Gavi and Pedri.
yeah.
I think they just need to have time to develop.
Just the experience, yeah.
Because, yeah, they're young. I don't even think Gavi's 20 yet. Pedri's barely 20, I think. They're very young, very talented, with an
That's for sure.
experienced midfielder like Busquets.
Oh, yeah.
But I think Busquets is too old.
Yeah, this is his last World Cup for sure.
I think they should have called up Thiago. I'm surprised they didn't bring up Sergio Ramos.
Neither of them are in the squad? What?
And then the Portugal game. You see the Portugal game?
Yeah, 6-1, Switzerland.
They dropped Ronaldo. Put on, I think his
Yeah, who
name-
would they put in for him?
Goncalo Ramos? Never heard of him.
I've never heard that before
He
either.
got a hat trick on his debut.
That's what's up. I heard that Ronaldo got pulled from the squad because of disagreement with the manager.
I couldn't tell you.
He I don't know what happened exactly, but it was one of those like news stories that pop up. Apparently him and the manager got into a disagreement, and for that reason the manager was just like, it's Switzerland, it's not a key game, I feel like we can win anyway. So in order to just kind of make a message of you, I'm going to pull you and put someone else in your place.
I think a big thing with Portugal is Ronaldo holds them back. You see the group stages, they barely won their games. Who'd they play? Switzerland dropped Ronaldo 6-1.
Score a ton.
I
yeah.
think he's holding back the national team. I think that's a big reason why also at Manchester United they aren't playing him, because I think Eric Ten Hag I think is in the right. I'm a Messi fan. I know it's
Yeah.
gonna sound biased, but I think what Ten Hag did was right because he's too old. Manchester United has a really good team. They just don't know how to just communicate and build the chemistry, because a lot of
The
their
chemistry is the big part of a team. You can have a lot of talent, but unless you have chemistry, there's no way to use that talent to your advantage. It's just, instead of being a team, it's just a lot of individuals trying to play together. And that's, even in like our level,
Yeah.
if you see that, it doesn't work. Because you need chemistry more than you need talent, in my opinion.
So is there like a big age gap between Ronaldo and the rest of the team?
Yes,
Yeah.
very much. I
Ronaldo's
think
like
Ronaldo's like
36.
No, he's like 38 now.
Really? Might be Messi that's 36. That's crazy to think about.
Messi's 35.
35.
When the time's up, and then you see Ronaldo's signed a new team.
Yeah, with Saudi. I saw that.
I don't remember the team name, but I know it's Saudi Arabia. Almost 200 million a year.
Yeah, like 221 a year. That is, I understand where he's going with the money. Like he wants to retire. He wants to bring in a lot of money and then retire because he's a few years off of that anyway. If we're being honest.
I'm honestly surprised that. Well, I don't know if I am. That not many big teams wanted to sign him after Manchester United released him.
Especially he's past his prime, I believe. Like Real Madrid, he was different.
Yeah.
But
I think once he went to Manchester United,
it kind of
that first half of the season, it looked same Ronaldo, phenomenal, great player. Towards the end of the season, he just started to decline. Eric Ten Hag came in. Now he's at rock bottom. Nobody wants him. He's signing to Saudi Arabia. I just think that he needs to accept his time is over.
I think his play style is out of date almost. He seems to be a player playing that 9 position that he wants the ball. He wants as much time on the ball as possible, and he wants to work with it.
Yeah, I think he just doesn't fit the system at all.
He's outdated.
Because when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was still the manager at United, he didn't want Ronaldo. He only signed Ronaldo because the United board didn't want to see him go into City. Because, he was rumored to go to Manchester City.
Yeah.
So they had to they felt forced to bring him back to United. So that made Oli feel like he had to use Ronaldo.
He had to use him. Like if you have for some people he's the best player in the world.
Yeah.
If you have the best player objectively in the world on your team and you don't play him, there's going to be a lot of resistance from fans, from managers, from even people inside the team. They're going to be like,
It's like if Barcelona just stopped using Messi.
Just stop using Messi.
When he was there.
It'd be unheard of. People would be
Dogging.
Yeah, it'd be awful.
Mad. Yeah, I think just a big thing. Ronaldo's finished. He's done for. He's outdated. He needs to accept his time's over. He holds back every team he goes to.
So does he like get the ball and then he tries to work it up the field instead of just passing it around?
Yeah.
He gets it, does as much as he can. If he barely passes anymore.
And in the dynamic of way teams play nowadays, like I feel like back when he was young and in his prime, soccer used to be more of a slow, but then you had that one person or people on the team that could dribble in ways that they haven't been seen. Yeah. So it was super effective. So you could give the ball to like him, and players don't know how to defend somebody if they're doing like step overs and cuts like that because they haven't really seen it before. That's new to them. So they had no clue. So he could just run past 3, 4, or 5 of them and then put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, I think that's what made him such a good player because he was way more advanced than the people when he was first starting.
And people are like, what are we supposed to do against this? I've never seen this before.
Yeah,
so
his highlights look like someone's just controlling him on FIFA.
Yeah, it looks like the defenders set on easy mode and they're just they don't know what to do. But now that back then there wasn't anything that could study either. Oh, we're playing Ronaldo. Who's that?
Yeah.
You'll find out.
Especially when because he barely played on his first team in Portugal, Lisbon.
Oh yeah, is that like the blue, the green and white?
Barely played for them because Manchester United saw him, took him, became a legend.
Who do you have winning the World Cup?
Winning Brazil.
Brazil. You?
I'll go Brazil too.
Brazil. From what I've been looking at it and who we have left, Japan. We have a few like underdogs. I feel like that are up in here. Japan, Morocco.
Yeah,
like
Japan's been knocked out.
Japan got knocked out. I thought they knocked Croatia. Oh yeah, Croatia won in penalties.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. But it's crazy that Japan, Croatia got second in the last World Cup, right?
And they struggled.
But then the underdog Japan came out of nowhere and almost kicked them out. It was a tie game, and then penalties, penalties. But
penalties screwed Japan over.
That's crazy.
Yeah, another big team, France. I don't think they can win. I don't think they're gonna recreate 2018.
The magic they had last World Cup was something that I'm not really seeing much of this year.
They're missing Conte.
Pogba's not in the squad.
Pogba.
Lloris isn't starting.
Benzema got injured, and Kunku.
Yeah, all of these big names that we hear just aren't there.
They got either injured or just not
even in the squad. And Brazil's always been like the top.
Yeah, but I think this year, have you seen their bench? Better than most.
Oh my gosh, every single one of their forwards are like either young player of the year or like top 10. It's ridiculous. And then Neymar's back.
Yeah,
Remember, he got injured.
And he scored yesterday.
He scored that penalty, correct? No, like yesterday, it looked like they were just there to like play a little pickup.
Yeah.
And Korea just didn't have a choice.
Yeah, I think, because right now we got Netherlands, Argentina, Brazil, and Croatia, France and England, and Portugal, and
Is it
Morocco. Netherlands, Argentina. It's tough because they're both great teams, but I think Argentina will take it to penalties. Because Argentina's not a strong squad, let's be honest. Defense isn't there.
And Netherlands' defense is probably their strong suit.
Their attack isn't good.
Their attack
isn't really a main striker.
And then De Jong, he's playing more dropped.
Yeah, I think Netherlands has the great defense. Argentina's got the great attack.
Yeah, so I feel like they'll go head to head, and it'll either be like a one goal game, or like a tie game goes into penalties.
Yeah.
I really do want to see Argentina advance though, especially I want Messi to have his last run, if that makes sense.
I don't think that'll happen.
But
if Argentina wins, they either have Brazil or Croatia.
And at that point,
Brazil's gonna win. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Brazil, Argentina. Argentina somehow got that 1-0 win in the Copa America. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
They only won by 1. I think just Brazil this year are gonna be more motivated since they made it to the semifinals this year. Because last year they didn't, or 2018, they didn't make it. This year, they have way more talent than Argentina.
Oh, yeah.
Let's look at their goalies. Brazil has Allison and Ederson.
Yeah, those are two huge names in the Premier League.
Argentina, Emi Martinez, pretty big for Aston Villa. That's about it. Defense, Argentina center backs, there's not big names.
It's
Lisandro Martinez and Otamendi.
And then who do they have on the outsides again?
I don't know. They're not big.
They have a Hotspur outside back, but he's not really.
They're just not big names.
Mm-mm.
But Brazil center back.
Marquinhos.
Who else?
Who else do they have?
Militao.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Eder.
And then they have on the right. They don't really got a good right back, do they? I think they've been using Dani Alves, just a veteran of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Left back, I don't know who they got, to be honest.
What happened to Marcelo?
He went to Greece, never came back.
Mm-mm. I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't heard any news about him or anything.
I just heard that he might be released from that team in Greece because he's kind of getting overweight. Midfield, who do we got? Casemiro.
Oh yeah.
Center
Casemiro.
Argentina. No one.
Who? Yeah.
No one can name one unless you're a diehard Argentina fan.
Which I am not.
Center mids, we got Brazil's got who did he? Paqueta.
Oh yeah.
I can't really name them, but I know they have good.
But then up top, they have Vinny on the left.
Vinny,
Neymar, Richarlison.
Anthony.
It's crazy. Who's it? Who's it? What's that? Oh, Rapina. Yeah.
On Barcelona.
Those are.
Argentina. Lautaro, but his performances offsides almost every time.
Don't they have Martinez up top somewhere?
Striker, right wing Messi.
Oh,
obviously.
Messi.
Left wing Di Maria.
Di Maria.
Pretty good still, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
They got Julian Alvarez. He's pretty good. I think if they start him, they'd have a better chance.
They have Dybala on the bench too.
Yeah,
and I'm not sure why he's not starting over these like no-name midfielders. Like he's played Cam a majority of his career.
I think if they can put him into center mid, but play him more as an attacking mid.
I feel like that'll really run well. Him and Messi can.
They can just keep making chances on the goal. And let's talk about our teams: the U.S., Mexico.
Yeah.
You guys got
tough loss.
You guys got some crazy fans.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Thinking you're gonna win.
People I've never heard of liking soccer or watching it at all, following it, have just been diehard fans all of a sudden. Like this World Cup just promoted so much, like, attention to soccer.
Yeah, I think
they never would have gotten otherwise.
I think a big thing is, funny enough, I Show Speed.
Yeah.
How he got into soccer because of Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I think he just had a big influence on it because he's a big person in the U.S.
You know that song the
World Cup.
Yeah, it's in the official World Cup soundtrack.
It is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The official soundtrack. There's an album that they release every year, but it's in the soundtrack for the World Cup.
I'll have to look at
like
that.
officially.
Maybe they used it to promote some.
Yeah.
You guys almost won your group.
Almost.
I think I've been seeing a lot more ads too for the World Cup this year as opposed to the 2018.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen ads really before.
Yeah, but now it seems like
I think it's because
every time there's an ad
2018
break.
the U.S. didn't make it, and now since they're in it, they want to promote it.
Yeah, the ads everywhere. Like all the commercials just have Clint Dempsey or
Landon Donovan
or Pulisic.
Yeah, and all the ads. They didn't win their group, but when they played England,
that showed just how good the U.S. is.
Because the chances were like 80-20 that we lose. Like England had 80% of
biggest odds.
Yeah, but the fact that we tied a team with that level of skill and players with us who have very little World Cup experience, especially nowadays, it goes to show that we meant business this year.
Yeah, I think I see is in the upcoming years, Mexico's always been on top, always winning all the CONCACAF trophies, always dominating for our region. In the upcoming years, the U.S. is just going to be the best. Mexico does not have the same quality or money to produce players like the U.S. does.
And we have a ton of young talent.
Yeah, you guys have academies everywhere.
I feel like a majority of our team is 20, 22
I think you guys
and younger.
have the second youngest team with an average age of 23.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And Mexico had average age of 28. It's not.
We have a lot of young talent that needed that experience. It's disappointing that we lost in the round of 16, but I'm glad that we were, because now we have the experience.
Yeah.
We've been here. We know what it requires.
Because your team's young, they're gonna.
They'll be like, we got this, and then
they're gonna
hit it hard.
That whole team is probably gonna be the same.
The same squad,
26.
Or more new talent added onto the already decent squad. I feel like we have potential to go somewhere next World Cup.
And Mexico, I don't think. We barely got any young talent.
I haven't heard of any.
We don't produce. Our federation doesn't fund us anymore as much. The league's academies don't produce anymore. We've got a couple good talents. Like I don't know if you've heard Santi Jimenez.
I don't think I've heard of him.
He's the top scorer in the Europa League.
Oh, really?
And he didn't make it to the World Cup squad.
Hmm.
We have Diego Lainez. He's not the greatest, but he went to on loan to Portugal. He's been doing pretty good there. I think if he can develop in those smaller teams, he can grow to be a great Mexican player.
I mean, and everyone has their start in like some one-off league in like Portugal or.
That's where a lot of our Mexican players have developed. Like Raul Jimenez.
Oh yeah.
He went to Portugal, then got a move to the Premier League, became big in the Premier League, and then got injured. Unfortunately, we've had Lozano.
Oh yeah.
He went to Netherlands for PSV. Then he got bought by Napoli, and then now he's doing pretty good in Napoli. But I think he can be better.
You got to get your small start in that league, really draw attention to yourself, and then take that to like like one of the top leagues, and just boom, just like grow your career. You got to start somewhere. Always have to start somewhere.
I'm just saying now. By 2026, the U.S.
Are we hosting it like U.S., Canada, and Mexico? I feel like that'll also be a good opportunity for the U.S. because all of the passion really does affect how the team plays.
By 2026, or I think if the U.S. keeps developing the way they are, I think by maybe 2030, 2040, you guys will make it to a final or even win it.
Or we win. I have to agree with you. What were you gonna say, Sage?
And isn't one of our fields supposed to be in Kansas City? So like we could actually go see some of the matches.
I'm planning on just kind of putting money away just to go see a World Cup match. Because when else in your lifetime are you gonna go see a World Cup match this close to home? It's ridiculous.
From here.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy.
I've always heard of it being like this one's in the Middle East. Like they're like 7 hours ahead of us. This one is gonna be like an hour to get to the stadium where the best players in the world are gonna be. Like it's an experience that I never saw coming.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up a long podcast. We're late to class.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right.
Hopefully you enjoy it.
See you.